Howdy folks, TJ here. How cool would it be to find a brand new zip drive, 100 megabytes of speedy goodness from back in the early 2000s when I went to Weird Stuff in the Silicon Valley. And if you're not familiar with it, Weird Stuff Warehouse is a nerd mecca, a place that you could go down and peruse aisles of, I'll say it, shit, but aisles of also goodness, because you would get some cool things in there. I happened to have been down there. I wanted to go to the computer museum. I'm a nerd. Computer museum, if you've never been down in the Silicon Valley, it is another mecca that you should definitely visit. And while there, I said, honey, I want to go to the Weird Stuff Warehouse. So we did. I ended up perusing aisles and aisles of stuff, some big old server racks and all these weird things and cables. But then I stumbled across a box that was at the time in plastic wrap. And as you're looking at this, hopefully it's kind of focusing in. I did a whole unboxing on this yesterday, and the camera kept going in and out, in and out. So I scrapped it. I said, screw it. So hopefully this doesn't keep doing that. But I wanted to connect. I've had this for years. I purchased it probably 20 years ago and then never used it. I had plans to use it on an Atari. Life got in the way, never happened. So I said, you know what? This is the year of Atari, 2025. I've got a zip drive. I want to connect it to my TT030 because I've got what came on this hard drive. I've got 3 or 4 super drives that I've acquired over the decades that have stuff on it. The easy thing would just be erase them and then put stuff on them. Let me make sure I can tell I'm gonna move this camera. I've got stuff on there that previous owners from decades ago had on there. And the first instinct is just, I'll format it and screw what's on there. But I'm a little nosy, and there could be some gold nuggets in there that I want to save. So the easiest way to do that, of course, is have another hard drive that you can connect and copy stuff over. But zip drives are a speedy alternative, much faster than floppies, stores 100 megabytes. They're portable, and I can move it sneaker net from this computer to that computer. Now, there may be some special dongles that I need along the way because, luckily, this one is the SCSI version. They also made it just in a parallel version, which you're not going to use in an Atari, to the best of my knowledge. You needed SCSI. So I remembered then, okay, I got to get myself a SCSI one, and the TT030 has both an AXI and a SCSI port. Do you call it AXI? ACSI? Some people may call it ACSI. I don't think that sounds cool. AXI, it's an axe. It sounds cool, so I call it AXI. It's got both ports on the back, so I could connect the old AXI drive, Supra. I've got a 20 megabyte, a 30 megabyte, and a 60 megabyte. I could slap it on here and start copying data over and then, yes, erase it and start connecting it to computers because my Mega 2 wants a hard drive beyond its Megafile 30. In fact, that's another one I need to back up. My Mega ST doesn't even have a hard drive on it. It wants one, an external one, and I could put an internal one in there. My 520 and 1040 want hard drives, and I've just been negligent in not providing it for them. But today changes. So I went ahead. Let me do a quick, not an unboxing, but perusal of the box, so you know what I got. It was brand spanking new. I think back then I took the plastic off it just to make sure everything was inside because, after all, it's Weird Stuff Warehouse. Who knows what they would... Maybe they slapped plastic over it and there was nothing inside. I forget what I paid for it. But anyway, this is the zip drives. Very popular back in the 1990s, I think. 96, 97, something like that. Anyway, mid-90s, and this is a 3-in-1 drive. Basically, I can connect it via SCSI. It stores 100 megabytes. You could take these little zip disks that are small, like a 3.5-inch floppy, but fatter, and you could, back in the day, store your desktop publishing artwork and final documents on it and take it to a pro printer place because you couldn't afford multi-$1,000 printer, but you could take a Camelus, what's the name of it? Calamus. That's a hard word. Calamus. If you're an Atari, PageStream if you're Atari, and if you're on a Mac, there's all sorts of other versions of programs. Desktop publishing. Take it down there, get it printed, and it'd be so easy to take one of these and not some external hard drive thing or a whole bunch of floppies to try to get something printed or do some type of transfer in other ways that were available back then. This was an easy way to do it. So it all came in a nice box. I don't want to spend too much time on there, but the back of the box shows you all sorts of goodness from weird work stuff to home stuff to play stuff to collect stuff. And it just shows you what this can be used for. So this is the original box, and inside the box came with, it was all in a nice corrugated, like eggshell material. It had the software packets, brand new, unopened. It's got a PC floppy in here and registration and all that stuff. So it was for surely new or a return that was like new because everything was in its original plastic. So I've connected it via a SCSI cable. It came with a SCSI cable and the same SCSI cable connection that's on the back of my TT. I connected it up. I used a program called HD Driver. I happen to own version 8.3. It's up to like version 12. So I'm going to see if I can upgrade that at some point. But I figured that was enough because there was some zip drop-down menus available. So I think that version of HD Driver was okay with zip drives. I went in there, it saw the drive, you could analyze after I made a boot floppy, first of all, boot floppy here, using HD driver. I didn't want to use my original, so I made a backup, booted up this from it by holding down the Alt key with the floppy in there. It booted up to it. I then used the HD driver application that's on the floppy, launched it, went up and selected format. Format took about 10 minutes, I think. It took a while. And then I went into partitioning. Oh, no. What did I do after that? After the format, I believe I then, partitioned it. And then I installed the HD driver on that zip. It all communicated. It all worked. The lights on it were there. I'll take the camera off in a little bit, and I'll show you what this little guy looks like. But it's cute. It's a little blue box. So cool. I love blue. B boxes were blue. Those were so cool. Anyway, I wanted to show you. So up on my desktop now, let me focus in a little bit more on the desktop. And let me take this off. Ooh. Now it's probably going to go crazy. Let me focus in on the screen. So here on the screen, I've now got a magical E-device. So I did need to go up after I did all the formatting and rebooting. I went down to install devices, and magically, this E-device popped up. And E-device, I've already started copying stuff on there. I made a folder called TTC Backup, which is the C drive. I'm backing up all of C. And then I made one called TD Back, which is going to be all of D. I thought we would do some of D together so you could see how relatively speedy this is. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and open D. And we're going to open D over here. And let me enlarge this a little bit. Oh, geez. And maybe I'll put let me show you the unit first. Look at that little blue wonder. Is it focused in enough? Probably. So you can have it either parallel or this little feet on the bottom that you can have it upright, downright. But I find that they're a little bit more able to fall over and tip over like if a cat walks by or something. So I have it leaning down like this. It's got a little green light on it, and when it's doing stuff, that other little light flashes. But that's what the little zip drive looks like connected to my Atari ST. So hold tight. Let me put this camera back up on here, and then we'll do a little copying here, and we'll get everything kind of in the picture. I may fuzz out a little bit, but I'm going to focus in on the screen, and let's go over here. So I'm going to copy stuff. Now, I'm a little scared of doing my nose, by the way. I'm about to sneeze, so every day's like that. I say that in almost every video, but I've got horrid allergies. Not seasonal, but yearly, and I'm allergic to a lot of shit, and it sucks. My eyes get poofy. My nose is running. Anyway, I don't want to copy all at one time. Just because sometimes these old computers, you do a bulk copy of everything, and all of a sudden halfway through it kind of stops. So let's just do a Herkin amount. Let me make this D a little bit bigger so we can see all the contents. And let's, we're going to drag and do this amount. We're going to go from ARC over to ST Writer. Click and drag over. It's computing, and it's letting me know there's 69 folders, 272 files. Destination is drive E. Okay. The light is blinking on the zip, and it's now crunching through. Let's just see how long this takes. I didn't write down how many gigabytes it was, but needless to say, it's crunching through. It's supposed to be, I think, 4 to 5 times faster than a floppy. In my copying of C over, it was zippity quick. It's not hard drive quick, but these are old computers, so when you have something like that connected to it, it really is pretty fast. And I find that it's nice to just relax. You don't have to have everything spontaneous. Click on something and just kick back and chill. We all need to chill a little bit. So I think these old computers give us time to contemplate life. Like when you go sit on the throne, I think about everything and anything other than taking a shit. I'm sitting there thinking, what am I going to do now? I got to do this tomorrow. You all these honeydews and stuff in your head. Look at that. It's chopping through. It's down 120 some odd files left. It's whisper quiet. You can hear it, but not much. You can't hear it over this thing. This has got the original fan and hard drive. I have done nothing to quiet it down, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm getting older and deafer anyway, so down to 80-something. It's chomping through. Now, I just want to back up all this stuff for safety, to have it available for future-proofing in case I need something and happens to have it on there. It's cool to have it. So backing up is, I think, an important thing for me to do this year, 2025, because I want hard drives on everything that I own Atari. Yes, I know you can go out and buy these SD card type of devices, but I'm a poor SOB, which makes me to lead. I got a Patreon. I'll put the link down below. For every month, there's a free Patreon, which gives me diddly squat. But if you pay anywhere from like $1 to $4 a month, you choose. You get your names in the ending credits of my videos. I call you out once in a while saying, hey, thank you. I put you in the ending credits in my videos. And I have periodic, did I already say that one? But I have periodic for patrons only videos, which means that only you can see it and not just everybody and their brother and mother. So paying a little bit of money a month. And I use those funds to make more content, keep the lights on. My internet alone is cost me more than what I make from the YouTubes and all those things where I live. So anyway, if you want to help support the channel, you can click the join button in this actual video. Go down below and you've got anywhere from, I think, $1 to $4, again, option per month. Or go to my Patreon site and I'll put the link down below. And again, you can do the same there. And I appreciate the support. So look at that. That was pretty zippity quick. So where did I leave? There was ST Writer. So now I just need to copy these few over, and then all of D is done. Zip it over. I've got 38 files, and we'll end the video after it finishes this. So zip drive, zip 100. They made other zips past 100. There's SideQuest technology, SideQuest drives. I have a SideQuest 135, which is cool. I've got a SideQuest 44, was it 44? So I love this older technology, and this is my first really home experience for the zip drive. I used them briefly at work back in the 90s, but never at home. Now I have it in 2025. There you go. I've now backed up all my life's work on this TT030 on this E drive, which is up here now, and it's got all of my TT stuff. Now I'm not going to wipe this one out. I'm building it. In fact, I better save desktop so it remembers that I've got an E drive now. So that's it. A zip drive, SCSI, Atari. If I connect that zip drive to a non-SCSI like Mega 2 or Mega STE, I've got a little ICD link that may allow me to use the ASCII port on that and connect this. I may try that and I'll make a video down the road. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, ask them below. But again, you do need to use HD driver or something equivalent to format and partition the drive and then make it recognizable by your operating system. You got to go up here and go to options and install devices after you did all of that. And then you should see it mounted on the desktop. Save the desktop so that keeps popping up every time you boot up your computer, and then start copying stuff over to it like I just did, and use it as an external portable way to back your ass up. Thanks for watching the video and have a great rest of your day. Bye.